Welcome to KMET 1490 AM ABC News Radio and the Southern California Business Report with Yvette Walker, a show dedicated to highlighting successful Southern California businesses and the people behind them.
Welcome and thank you for joining Southern California Business Report on ABC News and Talks, KMET 1490 AM, 98.1 FM, and KMET TV. I'm Yvette Walker, live blasting our signal from the center of Southern California, serving a population of over 25 million. Get us crystal clear and on demand by downloading the free live streaming app on Google Play and the Apple App Store. As always, a huge shout out to the team, Mitch, Bill, and Sean. I love you guys. And to our special advisory committee, which can be found at www.scbrtalk.com/advisory committee. Learn about these incredible leaders doing the work. Okay, everybody, today I have the distinct honor to introduce Mirela Sula. She is the CEO and founder of Global Woman Magazine and Global Woman Club. Mirela has worked in media and education for the last 20 years and has speaking experience from all around the world. Her background is in psychology, counseling, journalism, teaching, coaching, women's rights, and media training. Mirela is also the organizer of the Global Woman Summit and Global Woman Awards. She has appeared on London Live TV, BBC Radio for Women's Hour, Sky TV, and has also been featured in the Evening Standard, Forbes magazine, and The Guardian. Her last self-help book, Don't Let Your Mind Go, was a bestseller and also published in America and Turkey. It was in 2015 when Mirela created Global Woman Magazine with the vision to turn it into a global woman movement, helping them share their stories and life experiences. By the end of 2019, Mirela had created 27 global women clubs all over the world, and she has helped thousands of women to unlock their potential, set up their goals, and achieve their dreams. Mirela has received many awards for her work, including the Inspirational Award for Women in 2015 for human rights, the Best Inspirational Influencer Award from The Best You in 2017, and the Universum Donna Award 2017 from the Universum Academy of Switzerland. Recently, she received the Icon 2023 award among top celebrities in the UK. Mirela is passionate about empowering women worldwide and always stands up for inclusion, diversity, gender balance, and supporting the next generation. Her mission is to grow her global movement and improve the future for millions of women around the world. Thank you so much for being with us here today, Mirela.
Thank you, Yvette. Thank you for having me, and congratulations for your amazing work. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. It means so much coming from you. I'm so excited to talk about your journey. And as you know, one of the first questions I ask every one of my guests is to please walk us through the journey, right? What inspired you to now pursue and become the CEO and founder of Global Woman Magazine, Global Woman Club, Global Woman Summit, and all the incredible work and resources that have come before you?
Thank you. Thank you again. Well, I like the keyword journey because this is what we all are pursuing and following. It's a journey. It's a path that it's guiding us to the best version of ourselves, and it's nonstop. It never ends. My journey to Global Woman started when I moved to London. It was, as always, maybe we hear now more and more people when they find their purpose, they just experience that breakthrough. They experience that calling, and I must say it was the same for me. I was following something that was deep inside me, staying awake. And even though it took me a while to awaken myself, and we know what we have missed only when we wake up, and things start making a different sense. Things start being seen in a different way. And that is the moment where you feel like, yes, you are in a journey. So I had moved here in London with my teenager son as a single mother with my student visa, because I saw something that came from within. And then I knew that if I trust, if I blindly believe to follow it, it's going to come. And I remember sometimes my son, or even other people, that later on they saw that I was very passionate about my work. So where do you see this vision? And sometimes it feels like it's no evidence to show to people at the beginning, because you just follow something that is like a picture deep inside you, but you want to bring that picture in the surface. And that's why I call it the evidence of things not seen. But these things will be seen when you are loyal to it and you do not give up no matter what. So it was very difficult. The first 3 years in this country for me have been very, very challenging. But I never felt like a victim, or I never felt like it's really hard. It was difficult, but not hard. And what I mean with this is like, was difficult to settle, but in the other side was very exciting, because I knew that I had come here for a really big vision. And that vision now has become a reality. So, I can't say it was one decision. I can't say it was one step, because as we all know, success is not such thing called success overnight, but there is something that you take overnight, and it happens overnight, which is called decision. And that decision happens when you really believe on that light and that evidence that comes from trust, from that calling and from that breakthrough.
Absolutely. And you know, Mirela, I had the pleasure of watching your TEDx, right? And one of the things that stood out to me was your philosophy, and yes, understanding it's your decisions, right? And the fact that we're not a tree. Wherever it is that we are, we can move. We don't have to stay sedentary. And so I'm going to ask you, Mirela, when you speak about awakening, you know, you came from a village in Albania, right? Please talk about when that awakening occurred and how that vision within you became so clear to the point where you were able to have that blind faith to create the evidence of your vision.
Yeah, thank you. That's true. It started in Albania. In Albania, it was a little disturbance deep inside me, just telling me that you should not settle here. You haven't arrived yet. You should do something. And you have that calling inside you where sometimes you're scared to listen to it, because it's bigger than you, and maybe you are conditioned by your culture or your family or society or your past or your memories, whatever you have been going through in the past journey, that has somehow suppressed the voice. And I've seen that not happening only to me, it happens all the time when you feel that there is something bigger than you calling and you're scared to follow. But at some point, you have to listen to it. And at some point, when you don't listen to it, something will crash. And that's why I mentioned the breakthrough, because sometimes people wait until something happens to listen to that voice. Like, for example, to listen to your body, or to listen to your life journey, or to listen to something that probably had been there kind of steering you and say, hey, you should move. And you're scared because the move come with big change, and a change sometimes is scary. But, and then something from outside disturbs the whole life that makes you move. And in my case was when I lost my child. So as a mother, of course, it's your child is your life.
I can't even imagine. I'm so sorry.
And thank you. And of course, you come to a point where you accept the situation that you find yourself in. and you accept that things happen for a reason, and you accept that things happen through you, not to you. So, but that takes time. That acceptance doesn't come again overnight. You take yourself in a journey, and then you realize that everything that you have been going through has made you stronger, has made you build that resilience. And right now, I feel like all the time when I sit down with women everywhere I go in the world, and they tell me stories like, oh, it's tough, life has been difficult, or I have been going through this, and whatever they bring to the table, I say, you know what, my darling, we need to talk. You're not going to give up only because this thing happened to your life. And that's why I say, I've been there. And maybe it's good that you have been to all these situations in life where wherever you go, you take a lesson, because then you use that lesson to help other people. So the lessons of losing my child, or being depressed, or going through abuse, or having a abusive childhood, or whatever I've been going in life, has been a lesson that I use in a very powerful way to awaken other people, and to see it as a gift, to see it as the gift of adversity, to see it as an opportunity, as an advantage to apply for our growth, and to apply to help others as well. So yeah, in Albania has been an amazing journey, and everything I have been going through, I am very blessed, and I'm very grateful. And as usually say, all people who didn't believe on you, or who hurt you, or who gave you a lesson, they have been a blessing. They have been a gift in your life. And as a result of that, now you stand and you find your seat. That was exactly part of my TEDx speech, where it's important, especially for us women, has been really important in the last 2 decades to find a seat in the table. But for me, it was not just finding the seat in the table, creating your own seat for the vision, not for the table, because we don't need a seat in the table. We need a seat for that big picture that we have in mind. And this is where exactly it came when I started my career in a small village in Albania. At that time, I had just got married at the age of 18. And I loved reading books. I loved visualizing and having my imagination that somehow was giving me hope that even though I was isolated in a very remote place where I could see only mountains around, and in order for me to go and get some books, I had to walk 2 hours to go in the little town. And I remember getting these books and sitting under the tree and reading and visualizing myself that maybe one day I can get myself out of this. And maybe one day I can see myself where I always wanted to be, studying, following my education, learning, growing, meeting new people. And yeah, this thing called imagination, which is the biggest gift of us as humans, has helped me a lot. That kept me alive when I went through depression or I went through grief. That
Right.
was, yeah.
And well, I love the way you frame it, right? These adversities that we encounter in our journey, to view them not as areas to be stigmatized by, but areas to grow from and gather strength to help others that are going through something similar, which takes me to the Global Women Club. Mirela, please talk about, the mission that is the foundation for the Global Women Club as you see it today, and when you were imagining it, under that tree, or in your interactions as you started pursuing your journey and bringing this picture from the inside to the outside.
The Global Women came when I realized and I felt that truth deep inside myself, that this is my purpose. And it takes quite a lot of work to discover your purpose. And I have realized now, while I'm working with women, the very first thing that is important for us is to realize, what is my purpose? Why am I here? What am I doing in this world? Am I getting better than I was last year or last 5 years? Am I progressing? Am I contributing something? Am I doing something that is of value? And that purpose is always connected with that contribution, is connected with others, what I'm meant to do in this world. And maybe you're doing it, but you don't know, you still don't know. So for me, it has always been that fire standing for, especially for women, standing to protect. Like since I was a child, I remember I used to stand and protect my mother, because I come from a culture where women were normally proudly abused, and that was the norm. But for me, it was like, no, this is not right. So later on, when I see myself again being part of organizations for women's rights or women equality in decision making, wherever I see myself involved is a stand for women. And then when I moved to London with a big dream to do something that can be a fulfillment for me, because it's not just about achieving something, it's about that significance that you create in your life. And then I had that aha moment, said, yes, this is my purpose. And that came, I remember, like today, we were doing a meditation. I had been in this country just a few years. I had started already working with women. And I remember closing my eyes and doing that group meditation. When we opened the eyes, we just saying, what is your purpose? What is your vision? Even though I've been in this country for very little, I hadn't settled yet. Most of the time, I felt like I was homeless because I was not able to pay my rent in a studio flat. I started my career in this country as a cleaner. So it was quite a challenging beginning. But that moment when I had that group meditation, I opened my eyes, and it hasn't been the first time, but that I remember that moment where I said loudly, I want to build a global movement for women empowerment. And that was like, wow, even people around me said, look, you're an immigrant. You just moved here. You don't have a job. Who do you think you are? I mean, this was my voice.
Wow.
And that was my fear, feeling like, what these other people are thinking about me now that I said it loudly, what I want to do. And I remind myself that moment many times, because very soon after, in fact, this is where I saw myself in a journey of bringing more and more women in my vision. And that became a reality.
I love that. You just shared the moment where you shed that fear of putting it to voice, right? Because the moment you share it, the moment you express it is the moment that you commit to your dream and to your goals. So, Mirela, please talk about the work that goes into establishing now 30 clubs around the world. And what does that look like today?
As I said, when I moved to London, I came with a student visa, because coming from Albania, we needed to go through a lot of procedures. We're not allowed to move for 50 years. We were under the communist regime, and we were even not allowed to dream to leave the little town. But things changed, and of course, when I managed to get my studies here, my big purpose behind it was like, I want to explore more opportunities for myself to grow, to educate myself, to give a better life for my son. But it was not easy because of the life that I was trying to live. And getting divorced and taking that decision to come on my own as a single mother and starting my life from scratch here. It was that part of the journey that built even more my strength and my resilience. And when I started Global Woman, it felt like I was prepared. The whole journey that I've been going through has been preparing me to do what I do now. So, and it didn't come immediately to Global Woman. At the beginning, I started with Immigrant Woman because I knew very, very little English. I felt very insecure. I didn't have this confidence that I have now. And I didn't have that support, that support system. I felt very judged. But somehow, I saw that as an opportunity, as an advantage. This is a problem that I want to solve. This is something that I want to see happening. This is the change that I want to bring. And when you start a business, which for me, it was very important, it has to be a business. I didn't want, I have been working in nonprofit organizations for many, many years. But somehow I knew that this movement has to be turned into a business. Now, why? Number one is because I had just finished 2 years working experience as a trainer in domestic abuse. And I had been seeing and witnessing lots of women going through hell, taking themselves into a very, very painful journey of domestic abuse and seeing themselves locked in, not being able or capable to move, to get the way out. So I was running a 6 weeks workshops. It was a 6 weeks journey where I used to take women into a understanding of 6 stages of domestic abuse. And at the end of each training, I would divide women in 2 groups, and I would ask each group to write down a big list of factors that make a woman stay for so long in an abusive relationship. And the other group, what encourages the woman to leave that abusive relationship. And always it will come to 2 top factors. Number one would be women need to build that confidence if the women at some point they realize that there is an abuse, because it takes 2 stages only in the stage 3 when is identifying the abuse. Only at that point women realize that no, it's not my fault. No, it's not that I'm guilty. No, it's not because he had a bad day. No, it's not anything to do with me. It's because this is called abuse. This is called domestic violence. And even when they know that there is an abuse, it's so hard for them to leave. Now, I wanted to find out why. From the moment, okay, you don't know what you don't know, but from the moment that you know that's not love, that's not a dysfunctional marriage, it's not just a problem, it's something you have to end. And that takes a lot for a woman to empower herself. And in order for the woman to empower herself to leave that abusive relationship, she needs, number one, confidence, because her self-esteem and self-confidence is completely ruined by the perpetrator. And number 2, financial independence. A woman who is financially controlled and is financially trapped into that dependence can't go anywhere. So these 2 factors stayed with me in my mind for a while, until one day, as I was attending events and really working with my list of things that I was keeping down, what it takes to start a business, because for me, and then I realized that yes, first, I want to be a business because I don't want a woman to see herself as a charity case. I never wanted to see that thing in myself. And then once you identify what is the problem, then you just focus on finding that solution. So I knew what's the problem that I wanted to solve while working with women. That problem was confidence and financial empowerment. And this is where it started. So if I want to create something, a movement for women empowerment, this is where we should focus, build women's confidence, and just learn how to increase that desire for financial independence.
Beautiful. Mirela, we are coming up on a break. So on that note, thank you so much. Everybody listening, Yvette Walker with ABC News and Talk, Southern California Business Report, here today with Mirela Sula, founder and CEO of Global Woman Magazine and Global Woman Club with 30 clubs around the world, talking about the vision and purpose to support women leaders who want to think big, grow and bring revolutionary ideas to the table and take their movements to a global landscape. When we return.
Hi, I'm Dana Rademacher with MGR Property Management.
A lot of people wonder about the value that property management has for their property. Property management can include all property types, including residential, commercial, and HOA. It is valuable because property managers are experienced in what can happen at your property. We're aware of liabilities. We're able to do predictive and preventative maintenance. We know what is coming up with the changes in the weather, the seasons, how old certain aspects or different capital projects at your property are. We're able to best negotiate contract pricing, legalities with your tenants, and anything else that you may need to ensure that you're getting the full value of your property.
If you're interested in speaking with the representative at MGR Property Management regarding your property management needs, you can visit our website at mgrrealestate.com, or you can call our number at area code 909-581-6600 to be connected with a representative.
Ontario International Airport is on to a better way to fly with over 65 daily non-stop flights to more than 20 major destinations and the easiest airport experience in Southern California. Visit flyonto.com/Ontario to learn more about Ontario International Airport today.
Cal State San Bernardino is home to the only School of Entrepreneurship in California. With globally ranked degree programs, you can start your journey today to become a successful entrepreneur. Learn more and connect at entre.csusb.edu.
Hi, I'm San Bernardino County Sheriff Shannon Dykes. If you're looking to start an exciting career in law enforcement and make a difference in your community, we are hiring dispatchers, nurses, deputies, laterals, and many more. For a complete list of our jobs and more information, visit sheriffsjobs.com.
The University of La Verne is rated first in California for alumni satisfaction. Learn more about accelerated programs offered online and on campus in La Verne, Irvine, Ontario, Burbank, or College of the Canyons. Visit go.laverne.edu. The University of La Verne. go.laverne.edu.
Hi, Ray Lance from the Diamond Center in the Claremont Village here. One of the coolest parts of a third-generation family business is getting to know the families we serve through generations. Once you experience our friendly service, our fair and transparent pricing, and our beautiful jewelry that we make to last a lifetime, you'll stick with us too. Come visit us in the Claremont Village or at Lantz, L-A-N-T-Z, diamondcenter.com and see what makes us different.
Welcome back, everyone. Yvette Walker here with ABC News and Talk Southern California Business Report, here today with Mirela Sula, founder and CEO of Global Woman Magazine and Global Woman Club with 30 clubs around the world, talking about the vision and purpose to support women leaders who want to think big, grow, and bring revolutionary ideas to the table and take their movement to a global landscape. Thank you again for being with us here today, Mirela.
Thank you. Thank you, Yvette.
Beautiful.
Great.
So Thank you. Prior to the break, you were talking about the epiphany that you had to truly impact the lives of women who had experienced domestic abuse and have felt trapped in their situation. And that was a lack of self-esteem and the inability to provide for themselves financially. And it sounds to me like those were the building blocks and the foundation for the challenges you were looking to overcome within your Global Women Club and your Global Women magazine. And please speak more to that.
Thank you, Yvette. Yes, now, of course, seeing myself in this journey and also helping many women to start their own business and understanding how the business works, it's very clear. So when you are, and whoever is listening to this, and maybe if you are in business, when you are thinking to start a business, the very first thing you realize is that what is your purpose? And the purpose is like, what am I good at? What I stand for? And then who are the people that I want to help? So we need to decide what is the audience. We have to understand, and at some point we have to accept maybe we're not able, and that's the truth. We're not able to help everybody. But from the moment that we decide what is the audience, what is the niche, what is exactly what I want to do and I'm good at. So from the moment you identify your audience, then the next step is that what are the problems that this audience is facing? What are the problems that these people are facing? And of course, you are not there to solve all their problems. And when I made a list of problems that women like me go through, it was huge, it was a massive list. But then I had to understand that, hey, I have to pick what are the top 2 problems that these people are going through, and I can also find a solution. So from the moment you identify what is your audience, what is the problem the audience is going through, then you identify the solution for that problem. And the biggest thing, which I have been working a lot, especially recently, is you still don't have a business when you find a solution. You have to learn how to go and provide that solution to other people, which otherwise sometimes we call it sell. Now, here's the thing. Women really don't want to sell. But if you are in business, selling, it's the oxygen. That's why we don't call it selling most of the time. We say we're serving, because the serving is what exactly women are in this world. From the moment that we have provided a solution and a service to our target audience, that is where we feel fulfilled. That is where we feel like we are in the flow. We are effortless, following something that is part of our journey, is part of our purpose. And for us women, that is so important. Now, when I sit with women, no matter where I go, in any corner of the globe, I realize that we have our common issues, our common challenges. We go through the same thing. And when they open up and sometimes they start crying, or we become emotional. Yes. That is good for me, because I didn't tell you before I moved to London. Of course, I studied a lot, and because of my depression and everything that I was going through because of the loss of my child, I studied psychology. I did master's degree in psychology, counseling psychology, another master's degree in positive psychotherapy. I specialized in family therapy. So I remember myself when I started working as a psychologist, it was so hard, because somebody would come and tell me some challenges or whatever they're going through, and I would cry with them. And now when I sit down and I ask a woman, tell me something really you had to go tough in your life, something really hard. Tell me the hardest thing that you had to go in your life. And when they start crying, I said, darling, don't cry. You should be proud of that. That is amazing. That is your big key factor solution, because that has made you stronger. That has built your resilience. That has given you the credibility to go and help others. So this is not hard. And we say, but what do you mean it's not hard? Tell me something even harder. This is great. Whatever you have been going through, it's because at the end of the day, it's not the event, it's the meaning that we put to the event. It's not what you go through, it's how we interpret it. Everything is an interpretation. At the beginning, I was seeing myself as a victim. My childhood, my marriage, my ex-husband, my country, my communist regime, whatever, I was putting a finger to blame and to find excuses for my stagnation. But you know what? That, as I said, that is something that it was meant to go through, because that has shaped me. And now, when I take all of that together, I see that the whole journey has been preparing me for this. So when I hear these stories of women who want to start a business, but they think, but I can't do it because of this, or I can't move because of this, I find it much easier to help them. I find it much easier. I can see things before they start seeing. And I usually say the fact that you don't see it doesn't mean it's not there. There are so many opportunities out there that are available for everybody, but it takes us lots of preparation to be able to awake ourselves. And what I mean awake is like take yourself into a spiritual awakeness, emotional awakeness, where you heal yourself from whatever you've been going through, and you use that as a healing process, not only for yourself, but for others. And as they say, it's the best way to heal yourself is help others heal, or the best way to succeed for yourself is help others to succeed. And only when you take yourself into that journey, you realize that you are in that flow. And this is where we put so much work and dedication and commitment and alignment with Global Women Club. So when I started the Global Women Club, I didn't know that it was going to go global in this way. It just started with the first club in London, and that came as a result of the magazine, because I have always been passionate to work in media. I love writing, and I was a journalist in an editor-in-chief of Psychologist magazine, and that gave me lots of creative ideas how to bring the attention, how to be able to create something that people can see easy, even though, as I said, people maybe don't see the big picture from the very beginning, but you have to be able to translate it in a way or turn it into a story that they can trust, to believe, to follow you. Otherwise, why should come and support you for what you feel? And I remember like today when I started the first club, when I created the very first club in London, it became quite popular because other people from other countries started joining. They happened to be in London, or they heard about it. Most of the time I used to hear people in the room saying, hey, I traveled from Paris or Stockholm or Amsterdam or Germany, or sometimes they would come from the other side of the world. And people started asking the question, how do I take this club in my country? Do you have this club in, let's say, in Milan or Oslo or Vienna or Frankfurt or Paris or Stockholm or Greece or Cyprus or wherever? And this is where exactly it started. It didn't start with a map, but it started from the demand that people were bringing to the community. Once you build a community, that the community starts expanding. And I usually, what I see as a key to the success of the Global Women Club is the culture that we created, the energy that we created. And I could see women who come in and they feel home and they feel loved and they feel welcome and they feel they belong. And that is the energy that they create in the community, but also they take it with them. So that energy keeps and I used to hear many times stories like, when I leave Global Women Club meeting, it keeps me for another week full of energy, full of charge, full of excitement. And this is what exactly we need to see and to feel and experience in order for us to be able to gift our talents to the world. Because women, I came a few weeks ago. I came from a retreat in Greece with Deepak Chopra, and it's still like in my ears. It's like that powerful intention that I could feel in the room when Deepak said, "The time is right that the feminine energy has to be invested in this world. It's a need, it's a must, it's a demand where we allow that feminine energy to flow and to bring that power of feminine energy to the world. It's part of a big solution to this stage where humanity is experiencing right now in this world."
Absolutely. And, I need to say thank you to Dr. Betty. If you're listening, Dr. Betty, thank you for being such a blessing. Thank you for introducing me to Mirela. You are incredible, Mirela. And I love that you have found a way to channel that pain to fuel the purpose, right? And to lead other women on that journey to have the perspective of not, the deficit mindset, but the advantage of having overcome these challenges and focusing on the strength that it took to overcome them and using that as a propellant to continue to move forward in authenticity and credibility, right, for the journey that they have experienced. How many members do you have today in Global Woman Club, Mirela?
Always is about people, people can make you or break you. And for me, it hasn't been about the numbers, has been about that connection, has been about that energy and that synergy that we create with each other. So when I started the very first club, I could never imagine that in a year would have 14 clubs. And then by the end of 2019, we had 27 clubs. And COVID came and we lost almost everything because it grew bigger than I could imagine. And seeing club after club, members coming together, leaders in different countries, it was like a dream come true. But when we experienced COVID, we were doing these events in person. And it went like almost like it was very scary to see what was happening. But again, as we're talking about turning the adversity into the gift, what happened is during the 2 years of COVID, we invested a lot into building a platform, an online platform for the members. And we created the lobby, which is called the Global Woman Lobby, which is an app and a portal for our members. And right now in the Global Woman Lobby, we have over 30,000 members around the world. And we have now started reviving all the clubs that became deactive during COVID. So, for example, today, as we speak, I just received lots of messages, hundreds of messages from the Global Woman Club in New York. There was an amazing, powerful a meeting with the Global Woman Club New York. We had as keynote speaker, the CEO of HarperCollins. And I could see the members being so excited, learning how to share a story, how to prepare to write the book of their life or to publish something that they always had a dream. And I can see sharing in the platform lots of videos and photos and saying, one of the comments I just read was like, one of the ladies said, "This is insane, overwhelming." I mean, in a good way, was posting into the group. And as just before I started this interview with you, I started reading a long, massive message, which was sent both email and also in my WhatsApp group. And it was a long story, a woman telling how did she come first time 7 years ago at the Global Women Club. And now she's telling her journey, what she had to go through, but how the Global Women Club has empowered. So I was thinking like this is a story to publish, because she was so proud about it. And when I hear about these stories, about these moments, these are the moments that make me feel strong, even in the moments where you feel like you're doubting yourself. And sometimes, yes, I receive this question: do you ever feel like you're tired? Because I've been, only in the last 3 months, I've been traveling like 10 countries around the world, and I'm all the time on the move and creating these waves of energy of women coming together. And yes, there are moments where I feel like, oh, this is hard. But when I receive messages like this, stories like this, when I see success stories and messages, that gives me fuel for any challenge that I go through. That gives me the not only the energy, but the strength and the desire, because without desire we can't move, and that excitement and that passion to keep going. And usually, as I share with my ladies all the time, you do not stop when you are tired. You take a pause, recharge yourself, and you keep going until you arrive. So where this destination of Global Women is going to be, I don't know. But my vision is like, yes, I see these groups of women empowering each other in every corner of the globe. And it never, ever happened before in the human history where women come together. They are so supportive. They are so aligned. They are so synergic. They are so ready to contribute, to give, to invest, because we see ourselves now in a completely different light. So
thank you so much for that, Mirela. I can't believe we're already heading into the end of the hour, but please share how people can connect with you, and also please where people can find your book, Don't Let Your Mind Go.
Oh, thank you. That's interesting, because when I moved to London, I had that book, and I thought this book is going to help me to open to start the journey, to open the doors and achieve my big vision. But it's interestingly, it was not, because when I came with the book and I started knocking the doors of publishers at the beginning, and they didn't know who I am. And I remember one moment, I went to the Hay House. They say, hey, I have an amazing book. People have told me they have changed their lives by just reading this book. I want to publish it. And you know what? And now I understand. I'm a publisher myself. Nobody would take the book. They say, who are you? And I remember one moment, one of the trainers said, you know what, Mirela, this is what you need to do. Forget about the book, because we are not looking for a book here. We're looking for stories. We're looking for platforms, and we're looking for numbers. I said, well, I don't know anybody in this country. I have no idea. I even don't know how to go back home. So I was that bad, but I thought this book is going to open the doors. And I remember they said, build a platform, and then you come back. But somehow, God or universe is guiding you to achieve something because there is a plan behind it. Now that I have built the platform, I am so much in love with what I do. And that was meant for me to do. And of course, there are lots of books involved and lots of other things. But for me, it was this platform, Global Women platform, where women can find it everywhere. And to answer your question, just Google Global Women Club. We are active all the time. Every single day, something is happening with Global Women Club. And the vision, and we are in the mission to grow and to keep going to reach millions of women around the world.
I love it, Mirela. Thank you so much for your dedication, for your heart, for your passion to bring women together on this incredible platform, because I did have the pleasure of joining one of the meetings, and it was unlike anything I had ever experienced. You know, women that were completely supportive. They were in tune with themselves and with one another, all positive energy, all uplifting, all empowering. And to you, I give thanks for developing that platform. And I want to make sure that we stay connected so that we can update our audience as to what is new, what is happening with the Women Global Club. Follow your journey and share it. Thank you so much, Mirela.
Thank you, Yvette. And I can't wait to welcome you to other clubs around the world.
Beautiful. That's my goal. I already shared with you what my goal was, but thank you so much. And I'm so sorry this has to come to an end, but it does. But thank you so much, Mirela.
Thank you. Thank you, Yvette. Thank you.
Beautiful. So for everybody listening now, don't forget to find us on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Check us out on scbrtalk.com. Don't forget, the 44th Annual Inland Empire Estate Planning Seminar is taking place Wednesday, November 1st from 1 to 6 p.m. at the Riverside Convention Center. Visit iestateplanningseminar.org or call 909-734-1554 for more information. CASA, court-appointed special advocates of San Bernardino County for children in the foster care system, will be conducting a casino night fundraiser with honorary speaker Jason Anderson, District Attorney of San Bernardino County, on Thursday, November 2nd at Upland Hills Country Club, located at 1231 East 16th Street in Upland. Tickets are $110 before October 6th, $125 after. All right, call 909-402-3318 or email Diane at casaofsb.org for more information. Inland Empire. Don't miss my interview with Tomas Gomez Arias. He is the Dean of Jack H. Brown College of Business and Public Administration at California State University, San Bernardino. Before joining the JHBC, Thomas was Dean of the College of Business Administration at California State University, Stanislaus. Next week, we will have Leslie James Sherwood. She is a lifelong resident of the Inland Empire, is currently the Vice President of the Ontario Museum of History and Art Associates, a Pitzer College graduate with a degree in American Study. James is an enthusiastic volunteer at both the museum and at San Antonio Regional Hospital. Her focus is on enhancing the community and acting as a liaison between organizations and the people they serve. You do not want to miss it. We'll see you all next week, everybody.